What if the only way to survive was to destroy your own allies? Pause for a moment. This really happened. Number the story of Artemisia. Let me tell you the story of one of the most extraordinary women of the ancient world. Her name was Artemisia, and in her time, women who commanded warships were almost unheard of. But she didn't just command, she made decisions that changed the course of history. Artemisia lived in Halicarnassus in the 5th century BC. Her father was Greek, her mother was Persian. When her husband died, many expected her to quietly step aside, perhaps let a male relative take over. But Artemisia didn't do that. She took leadership of her city, and in doing so, she became more than just a political figure. She built a navy and commanded ships herself. At that time, the Persian Empire was the greatest power in the world, and King Xerxes had assembled a massive army and fleet to conquer Greece. Artemisia was part of that fleet, commanding 5 warships. But here's what makes her fascinating. Before the battle, Xerxes gathered all his commanders and asked them what they should do. Most commanders immediately said, "We must attack, we must crush the Greek fleet." But Artemisia thought differently. She spoke frankly to Xerxes, "Don't fight at sea. The Greeks are stronger on the water, their ships are faster, their sailors more experienced. If we fight them in a narrow strait, our numerical advantage won't matter." It was bold advice, perhaps one of the most candid warnings a woman had ever given to an emperor in history. But the other commanders dismissed her words, and Xerxes sided with the majority. The order to attack was given. When the battle began at the Strait of Salamis in 480 BC, Artemisia's fears came true. In the narrow waters, Persian ships couldn't maneuver. The Greeks, however, executed their tactics perfectly. Chaos erupted, ships collided, and the Persian fleet fell into disarray. In the midst of that chaos, Artemisia found herself in a dangerous situation. A Greek ship was chasing her, and there was no open sea to escape to. In front of her was a Persian ship, her own allies. Artemisia had to make a terrible decision in that moment. To survive, she rammed and sank a ship from her own side. The Greek captain, seeing this, assumed Artemisia was fighting for Greece and broke off his pursuit. Artemisia survived. Xerxes, watching the battle from a distance, thought she had sunk an enemy vessel and said admiringly, "My men have become women, and my woman has become a man." After the battle, Artemisia returned not as a hero, not as a traitor, but as a survivor. Her story isn't just about war, it's about seeing the truth, acting with intelligence, and sometimes making impossibly difficult choices. Artemisia was a leader who chose realism over pride, strategy over ego, and she deserves to be remembered as one of history's most remarkable women.